What's good, everyone? This is your boy DJ's Raw Uncut Truth. Give you that raw content that you deservedly need. And I'm joined by the brother Revolution Radio, aka Rev. And we're here to preach a good sermon today about Lamelo Ball being the board man today. Now, if you looked on Twitter, the brother Rev pointed out that this will probably be an off shooting game for Lamelo, that Tom Thibodeau in the Knicks organization were going to try to scheme for Lamelo Ball. As you've seen in today's game, that happened. That's why Gordon Hayward had 34 points and everybody else was able to eat. So they sacrificed trying to win the game just to focus on Lamelo. And if you look at the thumbnail, that's exactly the type of defense they're playing on Lamelo. He getting double teamed, sometimes triple teamed when he has the ball on a fast break. They did all that just to lose a game. And even though Lamelo was off on his shot, he had 14 rebounds. He was assertive. His energy was great. And I cannot wait to see the final product of Lamelo Ball. It's good. If he could do this on an off night, man, can you imagine what he could do in 35 minutes of starters minutes? He could literally almost, or pretty much almost, or close to average a triple-double. What do you think, Brother Rev?
Peace, everybody. Yeah, man, I think LaMelo Ball is a walking triple-double. Like somebody was saying in the chat, G-Money, am I my brother's keeper? Those of you who watch New Jack City, y'all get the reference. But, yeah, man, he's a walking triple-double, man. He's a walking triple-double. The game comes real easy to him. He's never really sped up. You know what I mean? I'm convinced that he's going to be a hell of a shooter in this league one day because each game he's starting to hit multiple threes. His rotation looks good. Even though his shot percentage was down, a lot of that was because, like me and you had discussed before the game, I know Tom Thibodeau is a defensive-minded coach. I know the New York Knicks are upset that they didn't draft Melo Ball, so they were coming out to make a statement. And this league is all about narratives. This young kid is coming out, dropping triple-doubles on people. They really wanted to make an example, but what they did was they were sagging off in the first half on their coverage on the pick and roll, and they knew that Charlotte would, play the corner so that LaMelo couldn't kick it out. So what it became in the first half was Melo will be one-on-one with a big at the rack, and instead of shooting the floater, he was going to the rack, and they were blocking the shot. So I think he had like 3 shots that were blocked, so those were 3 of his shot attempts. In the second half, the adjustment they made was they were trying to double him, which is weird as shit. You don't see this a lot, but they were trying to double him off of the pick and roll. They were doubling a rookie off of the pick and roll, and that's why Miles Bridges was able to split down the middle so many times on the roll, because the big was so worried about Melo shooting a 3 or Melo driving, because they were obviously keying in on that. It was leaving Miles Bridges wide open. So tonight, man, we talking about the Melo Ball effect. Shout out to the Charlotte Hornets, man. 6-5 from where they were. It's amazing. They got a lot to be excited about. Devontae Graham had one of his better games, which, like I said, and remember I was the one that said this, that's going to cause problems down the road if Devontae Graham starts hitting a stride and then they throw Melo Ball into the starting lineup. So, yeah, that's my intro, man. Good game. Charlotte is really making a push because they're bringing a new style to their team that other teams don't have tape on right now. And it's an exciting style and it's fun to watch. What do you think, DJ?
Yeah, the style's exciting. Everyone is looking to eat. Everyone is hungry on that team. And despite the critiques I've had about the Hornets and the coaching staff, they are a gritty team. I compare them to the Eastern Conference version of the Memphis Grizzlies. You know how the Memphis Grizzlies, sometimes they may be undermanned or their roster may not be top of the line, but they just find a way to win games that they're not supposed to win. That's who the Hornets are. What I want to see from the Hornets and James Borrego, I know he has the coaching ability to do this. We all seen James Borrego have great X's and O's. The only problem is for LaMelo in regards to pick and roll, I don't think he uses LaMelo enough. What he has to do, him and the team, look at the film, have LaMelo evolved in pick and roll. They do that, they'll get more wins. And LaMelo will get a lot of assists too, because their teams are, and if you're noticing, they're throwing a small forward at him or a bigger guard, because when you put smaller guards on LaMelo, he's punishing them. So they're switching it up. They may double team him. This is a rookie they're doing this, and he's coming off the bench. So everybody should get theirs. But yeah, the Hornets set up the Knicks. The Knicks was so focused about LaMelo. So focused. Gordon Hayward took advantage of that. They were playing soft coverage on Gordon Hayward. Graham. It felt like there wasn't even defenders towards Graham. And as for LaMelo's field goal percentage tonight, was an off night. We predicted this. When you're getting game plan and when teams are focusing on you, that's what happens. I'm sure he's going to go to the film room with JJ and get that rectified. Shout out to 704 Bound. He says, appreciate the wrench. Thank you, my brother. Thank you for supporting the channel. Also, shout out to Maurice Hamrick. He says, Gordon Hayward learned some about MB1 today. Yeah, he learned that he's going to get the ball. And that's why we've been trying to say that LaMelo should be the starter, because he's earned it. Not because of fanfare, not because he's popular. He's earned it. No matter what the stereotypes the media has played, all of us, not me, but not some of you, but the whole people that believe that the process is the only way for LaMelo to be a great player. That is a lie. Repetition is the way for LaMelo to shine. Being on the court, handling adversity, growing is how LaMelo will take his game to another level. They have something here with the Hornets roster. People seem to be buying in. And also, I would like to see LaMelo play less off ball. There are times when James Borrego has him playing off ball, and that's just not LaMelo. He needs to be having the ball and creating, because when he creates, great things happen.
He's almost averaging a triple-double over the last 8 games off of the bench. I mean, this is unheard of, man. I was listening to what you said about the fact that they're doubling him. They are doubling this kid off of the bench, man. That's the LaMelo Ball effect. You know what I'm saying? That's the LaMelo Ball effect. I mean, it's so much to talk about, man. There's so much to talk about as far as rotations. There's so much to talk about as far as, are the Charlotte Hornets going to go out and get somebody else? Because now they seriously have a chance to get to the playoffs. So now they need to start focusing on making upgrades for this team and building identity. You're absolutely right as far as the pick and roll and how they don't run a lot of plays. And a lot of times he has to call his own number and figure out a way to score. Somebody was saying something about him finishing against bigs in the paint. I mean, look, at the beginning of the season, I was worried about that. I'm no longer worried about that. It was about 3 or 4 times where Melo could have got a foul going to the rack. He was fouled a few times. They weren't blowing the whistle tonight, but other games they have blown the whistle. Melo could have easily had 15 to 16 points tonight on an off night. So I'm not really worried about that. He does need to continue to progress. He does need to get stronger, utilize the hezzy in the paint a little bit more, utilize the Euro step and the floater more. But for an off night, man, if this is an off night, if 8, 7, and 12 is an off night, Lord have mercy. Good God. I
He was
mean,
14 rebounds, brother.
14 rebounds. You know what I'm saying?
That's
Good
crazy.
God. He's going to mess around and lead the team in rebounds and assists. That's going to happen as a rookie. You know what I'm saying? And so yeah, I mean, as far as the coaching of the Charlotte Hornets, I don't mind Melo playing off ball because he's 6'7", and I don't want him to become a player that has to rely on being ball dominant. I want him to learn how to play off the ball, and I've been seeing him play wonderfully off the ball. They mostly play him at the 2 and 3, and like one of the brothers was saying on Twitter, the thing that's weird as hell, after the game he had Saturday night, they went back to this Devontae Graham ball dominant basketball at certain moments of the game. When that would happen, the offense would get stagnant. You know what I'm saying? And it was several times where I saw Melo and Devontae bickering, not bickering to the point where it was uncomfortable, but they were having discussions in the backcourt about who was bringing the ball up. That shit's ridiculous, man. They got to start defining roles, because if you don't define roles now, you don't know what you need to go out and get and who you need to trade because you don't have any roles. So they need to define roles. I'm okay with him playing off the ball because I feel like he's a scorer, and I don't want him to be one-dimensional. I want him to be able to play off the ball, come off screens. The way he shoots the ball, Lonzo said before the Pelicans and the Hornets game Saturday, they were asking him about his brother's game. He said he gets hot, and when he gets hot, he's very streaky. He's very streaky, and I've always said that he's a streaky shooter. So I want to see him play off the ball, keep developing his offensive moves and his offensive tools, in the NBA. Another thing I see them utilizing him more as, and I'm interested to see where this goes. I don't know if y'all saw it, but I saw it about 2 times. They were almost playing him out of the low post at times in the left corner. And I know he hit that shot against the guy Herter from the Hawks, that post fadeaway. So I don't know if they're going to start trying to utilize some all-ball action with other guards cutting through when he was when he goes to that post position because he's such a good passer. DJ, they want us to talk about defense, brother. I'll leave that to you.
Absolutely. Defense, I was impressed with LaMelo. I've been impressed so far for a rookie because I'm only judging him as a rookie, not like a 10-year vet. So he's got, in this game, 3 steals, 1 block. So he shows you he has quick hands, and he's able to use his IQ and hand speed to alter opposing offenses. This is something that the talent evaluators and people who constantly ridiculed LaMelo Ball had said he couldn't do. He's showing you right now he can do that. But again, just think when he gets full starters minutes, the steals, the blocks, the assists, the rebounds, the numbers will be astronomical. And Rev is right on this thing. Coach JB, it is very important for him to set roles. If they set roles, this team could take off. The great teams in the league, the Lakers, the Celtics, and now the 76ers, they're great because each player on their roster has a role. They know what they do. They know their jobs and their assignments. They realize that if they play their role, the team can get more wins. So as long as JB does not have LaMelo in that corner, trying to make, I get it. He loves Devontae Graham. He wants him to do well. But it's about winning right now. And yes, they blew out the Knicks. But when they play great teams, they got to have LaMelo involved.
Devontae's really pressing, man. I don't know if y'all saw it. I saw him try to throw a couple no-look passes tonight. trying to do a lot of penetrating. It seems like he might have the greenest light on the team, bro. Because he shoots like whenever he wants. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't matter. It doesn't seem like percentages matter. Doesn't seem like if he's not hitting any threes. You know what I'm saying? If he hits 1 3 out of 10, it seems like the coach would justify it. But he's such a defensive liability. Whenever the New York Knicks wanted the easy bucket, like I tell y'all every time, they go to the longest wing player, which was RJ Barrett. And I can't think of the other kid's name right now. But RJ Barrett and the other and the forward, they were going to him, the small forward, and they were just picking on Devontae Graham. They was just picking on Devontae Graham. You know what I'm saying? Going to the rack is wide open. And the reason why Melo is so important, and he's so important to the starting lineup, this uphill battle that they're always facing in rebounding, bro, they don't really start rebounding the ball until Melo gets in the game. Have y'all noticed this? Like, I even heard one of the color analysts say this. They were like, LaMelo really changes the game as far as the flow of the game when it comes to rebounding. Like that's I mean, this is unheard of, man. Your rookie point guard is like the driving force of rebounding. So, you know, I don't know. Like DJ said, when they play better teams, that's gonna start getting exposed. And I hope before they get too far out of playoff contention, if that happens, they make a move and start making some trades. And yeah, it's obvious that JB wants Graham to succeed, but it's at the detriment of the team. They won tonight, but there's some problems defensively. There's some problems schematically. And if you just bring this guy off the bench, you're bringing a quote unquote more of a veteran presence off the bench versus having a rookie who you would expect to be up and down. I was looking at a startling stat. They were saying that before Lamelo Ball came into the game, the last 2 games, the starters were getting outscored both games by 19 points. Like, bro, come on, man. That means some people can say, oh, well, that's great. We got a great bench. No, that means you're imbalanced as hell. And you're playing with fire. Like, you can't continue to expect a rookie and expect guys that are cold coming off the bench to be basically the better half of your offense. So the rotation is definitely confusing. You know who I haven't seen in the last 3 games, DJ?
Who?
McDaniels.
Yeah, I think he should play more.
Yeah, like what the hell is going on with McDaniels? Like it's just, once again, it's hard to understand. But what you have is you have the Melo Ball effect taking place in Charlotte. It's a lot of ball movement. It's a lot of up and down. It's a lot of sharing the basketball. Last year, the Charlotte Hornets were almost at the bottom of the league when it came to assist ratio. They were at the bottom of the league when it came to time of possession. If you look this year, those numbers are up. They're number 1 in the league when it comes to assist to field goals. You know what I'm saying? What changed as far as the guard position for that to happen? The Melo Ball effect. Melo Ball is opening up the offense. He's changing the pace. He's changing the culture. I mean, it's past time to make a move. They got Wednesday. They got Dallas coming in if they can pass the COVID protocols. But I heard that Kristaps Porzingis will be playing, so that's going to be an interesting game, DJ.
Very interesting, man. I know at times Kristaps Porzingis gets some flack here and there, but that's a big pickup for the Mavericks. And it's going to be very interesting, man. The reason why me and Rev and plenty of others have constantly said that now's the time to have LaMelo start. Because if Devontae Graham gets and catches fire just enough, how can you put him on the bench? Even if LaMelo is the more effective player, the better playmaker, the passer, rebounder, etc., how can that happen? Because people were telling us, oh, he's going to start here and there. But we don't know. We're not in the organization. And it's clear that JB truly appreciates Devontae Graham. So much so he's making a bunch of plays for him. And I'm scrolling through the comments. I see people saying the Hornets win. That's all that should matter. We gave them props. We gave Gordon Hayward props. We even gave Devontae Graham props. But we're just looking ahead. See, we're new media. We can't just sit around and say, oh, they do well, everything's good. We got to look ahead and see what they can improve on. And if they're smart enough and look at film, they'll realize, hey, let's simplify the rosters. Let's have everybody have a specific role. And if we do that, we'll have consistency. We'll have an identity. The most important thing in the NBA that every team should have is the identity. Without that, you don't win that much, especially in the NBA or in any sport. Shout out to 704 Bounce Charlie. He says new media. Yes, sir. New media indeed. G Money says Devontae will get smoked in the West Coast tour. The West in the NBA have tall guards. That's going to be a problem. That's definitely going to be a problem. I don't know how the Hornets survived this far. They're what, 6-5 with a short backcourt. But when that Western Conference trip comes about, we'll see what happens.
It's because they're running a style. They're running a style of basketball that is hard to really defend. It's no tape on them. There's been no real preseason. It's a new season. The league was not expecting LaMelo to be this good. He wasn't expecting his culture to be so contagious. The way they get up and down the court, it's a version of the Chino Hills offense. I mean, I was watching that. These long football passes that Melo is doing and Lonzo really brought to the league. You know what I'm saying? I'm starting to see more and more teams around the league do it, but the Charlotte Hornets are up and down. It doesn't matter if it's a miss. It doesn't matter if it's a conversion. It does not matter. They're up and down the court. They have this strange thing that they do though, and I don't know if this is a lack of JB putting in the offense. I think it is because he just said they just started putting in offense. But they tend to drain the shot clock down to, 5 seconds and 6 seconds and 3 seconds a lot. And Dominic Wilkins made mention of that last game. It's very strange. DJ, do you think that's happening because they got so many guards on the court and, they're relying upon isolation and pick and roll? Why do you think it is? It seems like in the half court, the offense becomes stagnant.
Well, it becomes stagnant because the coach is not defining roles. Yes, there's a lot of guards, but look throughout the NBA where teams have a bunch of guards, but they still find a way to work. When you don't define those roles, players think they could just do everything willy-nilly and everything should be fine. Look at Gordon Hayward. You paid him all that money, $120 million. Shouldn't you put a point guard in the game that can give him the ball instead of just taking any shot known to man? Even though LaMelo was off on his shots, his playmaking ability pushed the pace for the Hornets. That's very important in this league. There was a lot of times that the Knicks were caught off guard because they were so worried about LaMelo pushing that rock. They left someone open. There were a bunch of open shots in this game, and this is why he should be the starter. So that's the coach's job. The coach got to put his foot down and say, hey, there may be nights that you're not going to start. We're going to play the hot hand. That it is what it is. Maybe he's not comfortable with doing that, or maybe he has too much love for certain players that have been through him from the beginning, that were there when he first coached that team, like the Martin twins, Graham, you name it. But Jalen McDaniel should be playing. I think a couple of young guys should be playing on that team. Nick Richards, there's something there with him. I think he could be solid. But there's a lot more the Hornets can be doing, and this is just the beginning.
Somebody, DJ, do you see the comment from Social and Digital Marketing for All?
You said social and
Digital Marketing for All.
Digital marketing. Yeah. Well, he said DK sucks, Lamar.
Yeah. I don't know if he's trolling. I don't know what.
Yeah, that look like trolling right there.
Look like he needs to get clapped.
Yeah, you're out. Yeah, come on, man. Grow up. That's why his mama should have swallowed him. God damn. Sorry, I need to stop being ruthless, DJ. Let me digress.
But yeah, man. The defining of roles is definitely a problem. And you're right. They're gonna come back down to earth at some point, and level out, and they're gonna be what their record is. I'm just, I want to see once they hit that stretch. I want to see if they're gonna have enough gall to make the changes that they should have made weeks ago. Once again, I don't understand why they're not developing LaMelo for situational basketball. This isn't just about LaMelo. I look at Miles Bridges some nights and I say to myself, how does he stay dialed in? How does a guy that plays that well and brings so much energy to a team and really could be starting on a lot of teams, how is it that he stays dialed in? Because tonight, the way they played Miles Bridges tonight didn't make sense until Melo got in the game. And then you got Miles out there playing with the scrub units. Like, it's a contract year coming up after next year for Miles Bridges. I just think they're going to have a hard time with the log jam at his position and them paying Gordon Hayward and PJ Washington being a year behind him. It's hard to once again understand what the vision is. But y'all need to give some credit to LeVar Ball. Because in fairness, what a lot of people have been complaining about, they're really still in the Chino Hills style and bringing it to the NBA. You know what I'm saying? And what a lot of people have wanted for Lonzo for a long time, Melo is not being coached to do this. I hope y'all know that. Melo's just going out there and doing it. Really, like I've been saying, whenever Devontae Graham is in the game, and he's in the game a hell of a lot. He's in the game a hell of a lot. Whenever he's in the game, he's usually bringing the ball up the court. But what makes it difficult, and the reason why it's hard for Devontae Graham to consistently bring the ball to the court, when Melo is getting 14 rebounds, Melo already got the ball. So he's not giving it up. He's starting to break. He's starting to play. It was only a few times tonight where Devontae Graham and him, like I said, they were having conversations in the backcourt, and Devontae would be like, give me the ball. You know what I'm saying? Like that kind of got to get rectified. They got to figure out what the hell they doing with Miles Bridges. They got to start playing these guys in some situational basketball. Not Miles Bridges so much. He's been there for 3 years, but Melo got to start getting some looks in situational basketball. I want to talk about the officiating that I saw on LaMelo Ball.
Please elaborate, my brother.
It's time, man. I see the agendas, and I know the agendas. Like I said, it was about 4 times where Melo got blatantly fouled. It was a shot that some people think was a goaltend. But I want to talk about the play in the first half where Mr. Can't Play No Defense, Lamelo Ball, supposedly, rips Julius Randle and has a clear path foul to the basket, and they call it a common foul. Like these are the kind of things that I see Lonzo go through and I see Melo go through that make me question things. Like, bro, it was clearly a clear path foul. How do you rule it a common foul and no one's in the backcourt? It's just Julius Randle bringing the ball up and Melo strips him. So how is this not called a clear path foul? DJ, did you see these inconsistencies with the officials tonight?
Man, like the words of 21 Savage, no heart. The refs showed no heart today. They didn't give a damn if the brother was getting clotheslined in the paint. They didn't care if LaMelo was put on his back. They didn't call anything. And to be honest, if you look at the game, if you really look at the game, LaMelo probably would have had 16 points, 15 to 16 points, if they would have called normal fouls, not ticky-tack fouls, normal fouls. Just wait until LaMelo gets those calls. It's a wrap. Can you imagine LaMelo being 215 pounds and getting proper calls? Good luck defending that. But yeah, the calls weren't there all night. We're not the only ones saying it. It's pretty obvious, man. They swallowed the whistle, man. They didn't care if LaMelo was hit upside his head. They weren't going to call shit.
Hey, yo, somebody with a ratchet, man. I hate to be blasphemous, man, but somebody clapped God. So somebody hit the guy up named God, man. Get him out of here, man. This is
Wait. What's his name? What's his name?
God. Clapping.
Yeah.
Like, bro, you got an infatuation with something, bro. You seem like you need some help. You keep talking about men, doing favors other men and stuff. Are you all right, family? Like, are you good? Like,
yeah, let me put him away. The dude look like a weirdo.
Clapped him.
Yeah, man. These people be doing too much, man.
Yeah,
I think it's funny though.
And Swiss culture, I understand what you mean about rookies got a rook, man. But come on, man, that's a clear path foul, bro. That ain't even no rookie shit. I mean, that's on camera for everybody to see. And really, they could have called it, if they called it by the letter of the law, that should have been a flagrant because he tried to trip him. He stuck his leg out. Like, ain't nobody in the backcourt. Like, these are the kind of games, once again, that they play with LaMelo and they play with Lonzo, bro. I've never seen that blatant of a clear path foul. It usually doesn't happen because you don't. It's not often you have a situation where a guy gets ripped in the backcourt and somebody tries to sweet him. So you know what I'm saying? It is what it is. But I saw that tonight. But once again, some adversity is good because it shows us if the young fellow has a strong mind and if he can produce through that, that's only gonna help him in the future. Because there's going to be times in his career and there's going to be times in games where they're going to be met with a lot of adversity and he's going to have to be mentally strong and rise above whatever hate they throwing at him, man. But like I said, hell of a game for the Charlotte Hornets. They said Maurice Hamrick said DJ and Rev, they do Steph Curry the same way. What you mean, brother? They do who? Steph who? They do Steph who that way?
I think Steph Curry get calls.
Bro, you can't breathe on Steph. yo, you tripping. Yeah, it was a flagrant. I know it was a flagrant. They cagged them, switch culture. You can't just cag nobody. But it's a ball. So, yeah, if you can cag anybody in the NBA, it'll be a ball. But damn, Maurice, man, that man said Steph Curry don't get no foul call. Boy, come on, man. Come on, Maurice. We better than that, man. We better than that, man.
And I like Steph Curry, but I know he gets
Y'all
fouled.
tripping, bro.
Because if you put your hand low, right, and he drives into you, that's a foul call. They're going to call that. I've seen it multiple times. What about when Steph Curry, when he acts like he drives and he stops and the force and the momentum catches up to him and he extends his shooting form and they call that foul? It works every time Steph does it.
But y'all, we got to be consistent. He averages that because Steph is a shooter, bro. He's not getting to the rack a ton. So what they going to be calling him on 3-point attempts? Like he's not constantly going to the rack. Steph will go to the rack and he can finish at the rack, but we know the majority of Steph field goals come from the 3-point line. You know what I'm saying? But I watched a damn final series one year where Steph wasn't shooting very well, and the majority of his points was coming from the line. So, but I ain't never seen Steph rip somebody in the backcourt and get cagged and they not call a flagrant one, man. I ain't never seen that. It's not like they missed the entire call and didn't even call a foul. They called a common foul, which lets you know they're acknowledging that his leg hit his leg. So that's a flagrant one. So, I mean, come on, man. The Steph Curry, I know you can't breathe on Steph, bro. But yeah, I saw Vernon Carey make an appearance tonight for like 30 seconds. That was interesting to see. I don't know if that was part of his development or trust in the process, but Vernon Carey was at the free throw line, and I assure you, for that 30 seconds, he got the mental reps that was needed to be developed in the next 5 years. Because the way that they developing Miles Bridges, once again, Bridges has been there 3 years. And I saw Bridges out there doing trash duty. So I do not know. That's my only questions about this team. That's my only questions. Mikael LaFour said they hating on Melo too much of other rookies starting for Melo not to start. Yeah, man. Tyrese Halliburton is starting, bro.
Well, he's not starting in this game, but he started the other game.
He started last game, yeah.
Yeah, but he still started.
Yeah. Did you see that question about Luka, bro? You want to answer that?
Let me find it real quick. Where it says Luka can carry a team?
Nah. He said, is Luka a top 10? I think he said, is he a top 10 player in the league?
Probably. But yeah, he's in there. I'm not going to be overreactive of his first couple of games this year. He clearly looked out of shape. I think once he starts to get in shape, which you're seeing now, he's top 10 in the league right now. He just knows how to pick his spots. Now, he's a streaky shooter. The media won't tell you this, but Luka's not really an accurate three-point shooter. What he is he seems to make the threes at the right time. He could shoot 4 for 10, but 4 of those threes are useful threes that comes into big moments in a game. So, yeah, I think he's top 10.
Yeah, Luka Doncic is a dog. I rock with Luka. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I would have to go through my list and think about that, but I think he should be at first glance. For the person that was asking talking about Ricky Rubio and Anthony Edwards, they're not gonna tell you this, but Anthony Edwards' last 2 games, really, I say last 3 because if it was somebody from the Ball family shooting 3 from 10 and got down 9 for 29, that'll be the most inefficient game ever. They'll be talking about it like he's a bum. But with that being said, his last 2 games for sure, Anthony Edwards has been struggling. But in fairness to Anthony Edwards, it's because he's coming off the bench, and it seems like they're uncertain where they're going to put him in the lineup. The problem that Minnesota has is that Anthony Edwards is not playing quite good enough to justify overtaking Malik Beasley. Because for those of you who do not know, Malik Beasley is out there balling, bro. Like he is out there balling. So they're in a situation where they're stuffing him to the lineup, but he hasn't had a chance to play situational basketball a lot because a lot of the games have been blowouts, even though he closes out a lot of games. So he was in a situation where he was a rookie. He didn't know what to do. But I'm curious to see how they're going to integrate him in the offense too. And plus, DJ, as you know, D'Angelo Russell ain't seen a shot he don't like. So you got him in the starting lineup. He got to get his touches. You got Cat in the lineup. He got to get his touches. And when Malik Beasley is on the floor with Anthony Edwards, he got to get his touches as well. So it doesn't seem like Minnesota had a plan for Anthony Edwards either. You know, it seems like a lot of these teams just went into the damn draft room, was like, fuck it, I'll take him. Like it was no planning. It was no explanation for what they were doing. They don't seem to really have a plan. I got to take my hat off to the Sacramento Kings. I love the way that they utilize Tyrese Halliburton.
Yeah, no matter how much we make fun of Luke Walton, aka Fluke Walton, he has been using Halliburton very effectively. When Halliburton's in the game for the Kings, he has full control. They're making plays for him. They're very invested in Tyrese Halliburton. He has the most. I believe he has the most usage rate out of the whole rookie class of 2020. Correct me if I'm wrong, Rev. Does Halliburton have the most usage rate in the whole draft class this year?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, they're doing something right. And this is why it's so impressive with LaMelo. LaMelo is first in a lot of rookie stats. And even though he's had an increase of minutes, it's not like he's being utilized the same way as Halliburton. It's not like he's having the ball, controlling the tempo the whole time. Sometimes he plays off ball. So that's just impressive. 704 Bounce Charlotte says he does. All right. I'm glad y'all confirmed that.
Oh man, I see a comment that's interesting.
Which one?
Oh man, I don't know if I should touch it though. Mark's Underhill said, so did Luke Walton learn from what he didn't do with Lonzo? I can't say he learned because of what Marvin Bagley is going through. Because Marvin Bagley looking terrible, man. Like the way he's being utilized is terrible. But what I will say about Tyrese Halliburton, at the beginning of the season, he wasn't getting those minutes like that. He was getting minutes, but it wasn't like the minutes he's getting now. Tyrese Halliburton, I'm going to just keep it real, is just aggressive as hell. And Tyrese Halliburton is a dog, bro. He's hit game winners. He's hit games. He's hit shots to bring the game into overtime. Like when he's on the court, he's aggressive. At certain spots, he's ultra aggressive. Like he's playing because De'Aaron Fox has a lot of times where he's sporadic and erratic. And he's not a great, like he can distribute, but he's not a great distributor. Tyrese Halliburton, what LaMelo does for Charlotte as far as changing the culture, as far as up and down ball movement, is what Tyrese Halliburton is doing on a lesser level with Sacramento by just controlling the pace. He's very calming in the offense. Like DJ said, the night that Tyrese Halliburton didn't play, let's keep it real, DJ. Sacramento Kings look like a disaster.
Yeah, they did look like a disaster, bro. They definitely did, man. But as you see through each coach, I'm watching a lot of NBA games this year on League Pass and seeing how other coaches are using their rookies. I know that James Borrego could do more with LaMelo. It's plain obvious, and even a blind man can see it. I just want to see more creativity on his end. If he can make plays for Graham and others, he can do the same thing for LaMelo Ball. And if they do that, I guarantee it, the Hornets will be winning even more than what they are right now. And they have a tough West Coast trip. It's going to tell you and everybody else a lot more about that team. It really is. They will be facing, like I said earlier in this video, longer guards, stronger guards. So it would not be easy. The best bet after the Mavericks game, right? They got the Raptors 2 times, the Wizards, Bulls, Magic that just lost folks, and then Pacers. So before they face the Pacers, they have to go on some type of win streak.
Yeah, they're gonna have problems with Toronto.
Agreed.
Even though Toronto's losing to everybody right now, Toronto doesn't want to get too far back. And Toronto, their team is just, they got a lot of length on their team. So I think they're gonna struggle. Well, what's the rest of the schedule again, brother?
You said after Toronto or before?
Before Toronto, then after.
All right. I'm gonna read down the schedule. Dallas Mavericks. The Raptors 2 times. Wizards, Bulls, Magic 2 times, Pacers 2 times, and then the last game of the month, January 3rd, is the Bucks. So they must go above 500 before this West Coast trip. They have to. Like, they may lose a game that they shouldn't, but at the end of the day, they must be above 500 by any means necessary. Because that's not even the toughest trip in February. February, they got the Miami Heat. This is February, right? They got the Miami Heat, Sixers, Jazz, Blazers, Rockets, Grizzlies, Minnesota, Spurs. And then they have the Bulls, East Coast. And then after the Bulls is Nuggets, Warriors, Jazz, Phoenix Suns, Warriors, Kings. Boy, they better be above 500. That's all I'm saying. In the month of January, the Charlotte Hornets must be above 500. Because if they don't, that February schedule is brutal.
Shout out to King C. I see you in the chat section, Mr. Jones. Everybody rocking with us tonight. I see the brother Hoop Jargon done pulled up.
Yes, sir. What's good? What's good, Rev?
What's cracking, brother?
Hey, man, you know, a few technical difficulties, but good talking with you brothers. Warm Take Walter in the building. Slow Burn Steve in the building.
Oh, man.
Glad to be amongst y'all brothers, man.
What you think about them Hornets, man?
So I missed the latest talking point. What was? I'm not gonna lie. I was listening to Kevin Samuels' little live thing he got going right now. So I'm a little tardy to the party. So can you catch me up?
Yo, you killing me with Kevin Samuels.
Bro, that shit is addictive, man. That shit
Hey,
Yo,
bro.
Mans is a
Hey,
murderer. He's a
Hoop, I
murderer.
gotta say this, man. The only people that don't like Kevin Samuels are Simps, Beta Mills.
There you go.
Yeah, if you're a Simper and Beta Mill, that challenge just not for you.
It ain't for you, dog. You'll never understand the perspective. You'll never understand the perspective, man.
If
you
you're
never
a guy,
ladies on
yeah,
a
if
certain
you're a guy
level,
that
you'll
say,
never understand the perspective.
bro, if you're a guy that says it's the man's fault, it's not the woman's fault that she's tricking around, yeah, that channel's definitely not for you.
It ain't for you. It'll never be for you. If you've never been an athlete in college, if you've never been a black Greek on college, you'll never understand his perspective. Because it's a mother being both of those two, you know, back in your golden years, as most people would say. So, yeah, it's very interesting to observe, man. I got to say.
All right, brother. All right, so the talking point tonight was just basically the new culture that the Charlotte Hornets is building.
Okay.
I don't know if you saw the game, but I know you definitely have taken notice of the win streak that they're on. And we do know that you preach don't get too high, too low. But are you impressed with the start of the Charlotte Hornets season and the culture that's developing in Charlotte right now?
In short, hell yeah, I'm impressed with it. And to be frank with you, I expect those things show again, man, in 10-game intervals, who you are. Again, every football team says they evaluate after every 4 weeks is when they evaluate what they got. Same deal here. So a lot of people were going like his first bad game. Oh man, he trash. He like stop. Let the dude play.
Right.
Let the dude play. You gotta let the shit play out, man. It's not NBA 2K, man. You can't just put the skill set in and put it on simulation and then the numbers take off. That's not how it works. So no, man, I'm not surprised at all. He has an infectious personality, and I mean, let's deduce he's done this in Lithuania. I'm sorry, he did this for his team in for Illawarra Hawks in Australia. He's done this for his team. Lithuania, not so much. He was too young to really impact that, but Aspire Academy, he's done that. You know, in Chino Hills when his two big brothers basically, you know, set a culture. He came in and set a new standard, shooting half-court threes and taking that whole thing to another level. He did it for his AAU team for the big ballers. You know, remember that situation when they played against the Spartanburg team, which was with Zion Williamson. He's always been that kind of guy. It's just you gotta give him time to work, and that's what he's doing right now. And it doesn't surprise me one bit.
Somebody was talking about the Chicago Bulls. Yo, look, bro. It's time to start putting some respect on Zach LaVine's name, bro.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Bruh, Gilbert Arenas said Zach LaVine needs to feel more pain. Bro, the way he was cooking the Clippers yesterday, yes, Patrick Williams looks nice for a rookie. He looks real nice. I like the way Kobe White is playing. The Bulls are an interesting team, but I'm not gonna lie. I heard reports all the way this summer that Rob Pelinka is looking at bringing in Zach LaVine to be a third star once LeBron starts waning down. I'm all for it, man. I'm a Zach LaVine guy. Like, what do you think about Zach LaVine, bro?
Yeah, man. So Zach LaVine is pretty much Lonzo before Lonzo, as far as UCLA kid, because UCLA had this problem. Like after about Russell Westbrook and Kevin Love, they brought a lot of guys in, and they had like highly touted potential. It didn't quite shake out. So after Russell Westbrook, it was actually Drew Holiday and it was Drew Collison. Whatever after that.
Yeah.
And that's about the go ahead, brother. I'm sorry.
No, I was agreeing with you. I was saying, yeah.
Yeah. So it's been a precipitous drop off since about 2009 to about that 14 range when Zach LaVine came in. So I've kept my eye on that brother, man. I want him to be a Laker at one point. And he just kind of is like he's an embodiment of this new age shooting guard that can play the point, 6'6", athletic as hell. I mean, you know.
Right.
I don't have to tell you the story on that. Go watch the dunk contest from the last few years. No, man, I think he's gonna do really well. I'm ready for him to get his grown man game at this point. I want him to get a back down game. I want him to fill this whole game out, but just sheer talent. Because I was scared. Let me back up. I was scared he's gonna be like a Kevin Martin type, right? Or like an Andrew Wiggins. I like Andrew Wiggins, but I'm at the point now. I'm just
hold on.
Yeah, go ahead.
Why you do that, bro? Why you threw Kevin Martin out there like he was like chopped liver though?
No, he wasn't. But I'm saying he's a number guy over production.
Facts. Okay.
No, I ain't a scrub. Kevin Martin averaged about 20 points a game his whole career. I'm not hating on that brother.
Okay, fair.
Yeah, but you're not gonna win with Kevin Martin. If you remember, Kevin Martin was doing what James Harden was doing for the Rockets before James Harden was doing it.
Facts.
It was not translating the wins for the Rockets. These are the facts. So for all you youngest, man, go back and look what Kevin Martin did with the Rockets. He put up numbers. They wasn't translating the wins because he came in right after Tracy McGrady left.
Right.
Yeah. So that's what I mean by that. So I think, like, you know, to bring it back to your question, I mean, I think Zach LaVine he's hitting that grown man stride. I think he's like 25 now.
Yeah, he should be like 25, 26.
About 25 is when players really know who they are. So I'm really gonna see. I'm eager to see how he separates himself from the Greek Freak, how he separates himself from a Devin Booker type, how he separates himself from what's another 25 age guy like Kyrie Irving. Kyrie Irving's about 26 now. you gotta, I'm willing. I'm want to see his next thing. He used to be the dunker. He's not, I think he's not gonna do those anymore, which is good. I think it gets to a certain point, it becomes like a sideshow for your development. So I think he's gonna be a good ass player, man. I've always liked his game. 6'7" can pretty much do it all. I just want to see what's his next stage when he goes into his grown man game.
I want to echo the comments of somebody in the chat that was talking about Bradley Beal. I'm all for #, free Bradley Beal, man.
Yeah.
Free Bradley Beal. I don't know though, because he's had a couple opportunities. He's had a couple opportunities to wiggle free, and I'm starting to question: is he just a stats guy? You know what I'm saying? Like I know he be, I want to win, and you know what I'm saying. Like everybody say that in interviews, but your moves show differently. Like you're not winning nothing in Washington, especially as constructed right now with Russell Westbrook. And man, the demise of Russell Westbrook.
I'm making a video of this soon.
Bro, he done hit a cliff. He has hit a cliff, bro. Like I didn't see Russ falling off a cliff this fast. I mean, I did because his game is so predicated upon explosiveness and athleticism.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? I saw it coming.
That's facts.
But it's getting to the point, man. Some nights watching Russ, man, like y'all ever have like a favorite fighter, a favorite boxer, and he come out when he like 36, and before the fight, you like, yeah, he gonna get his ass whooped. That's how I feel watching Russell Westbrook, bro. Can you give us a little preview of your Russell Westbrook opinion? You gotta give us a preview.
I'm ready. Let me know when you want to unleash the beast.
Let's do it.
All right. So I tried to drop a video on Russell Westbrook. YouTube was not agreeing with me about a month ago, and it just was too much work to redo. But now you reinvigorating that spirit, bro. I'm gonna drop that Russell Westbrook video. You talk about stat guys. You talk about Bradley Beal being a stat guy. He's with the ultimate stat guy. Like Russell Westbrook, and I don't want to seem like I'm hating. I do not like him, and it's not because he's not a great player. Russell Westbrook, at this point, not a top 10 player, obviously, but I would say he's still about a top 20, 25 player. But
generous. All right, go ahead.
Yeah. I'm being generous. That dude is the most selfish basketball player I've seen in a long ass time. And the fact of the matter is, so remember that what's that old story you heard growing up? The emperor with no clothes?
Right. Yeah.
So you walk around like you king shit, and in reality, you ain't got no clothes on. Thinking you got this invisible robe on, like you just the best thing going, right?
Right.
That's Russell Westbrook, bro. I'm I'm out on the excuses. I'm out on the triple double narrative. Can you win with Russell Westbrook? The answer is hell the fuck no. You can't win with him. Sorry. And I'm saying this because I've seen NBA players text messages to one of my sources. I'm not gassing, not doing all that. And all of them say, bro, I cannot play with this dude. And they love him. I'm going to throw one of the names out there. Kevin Durant and Paul George have both said this too.
I knew it.
I know. They both said this in confidence, and I've seen the messages. They love him. Like, they will never slander him in person. Well, I'm sorry, in public, rather. But that dude is impossible to play with. And my hoopers in the comment section is like this. There's certain kind of point guards in this world. Will they give you the ball in what you call your scoring pocket? Will they give you the ball where like you can get it and do something with it in your natural form, right? Then that point guards, you're gonna dribble, and then pass to you when you ain't ready, and then make you look like you trash. That's the Russ Westbrook, bro. 3 teams in 3 years. He ain't winning in the East. What else you need to see, dog? What else you need to see? And I've been on record. I put in my group in Hoop Jargon, I was like, the minute the Rockets traded for him, I was like, this trade will not age well. Feel free to rebump this. And that's, that could be suicide, because if I'm wrong, people gonna crucify me. You feel me? I was so confident. And shout out to, the homie in the comment section. Shout out Crimes of Judah 144. Great YouTube channel for your brothers if y'all want to, elevate your consciousness. And that's why I like DJ's channel, because I know he watched it too back like a year ago from this time. So he was one of the dudes like me who was just like, nah, bro, I'm not going for this Westbrook hype. And so, man, Westbrook ain't going nowhere with that shit. He's a great sideshow. He's a great talent. I'm not taking none of that away from him, but you're not winning with his style of play, bro. Period.
Bruh. And DJ, I know you back, so I'm gonna slide it to you. Yeah, man, Russell out there looking like Larry Holmes, flabby and sick, bro. Like, and John Wall, I know he got off to a fire start in Houston, but John Wall, man, he's not as inefficient as Russell. But man, what's going on with Houston right now, man? I had so much faith in Silas. It looked like a shit show, bro. What's going on, DJ?
In the wise words of the 1969 space shuttle in Orlando or in Florida, Houston, we have a problem.
Fact.
Houston, we have a problem. Here's the problem. It started off with some bearded man that loves strippers, James Harden. His love of thoughts and not coming to practice messed up everything, messed up the flow. I feel bad for Coach Silas. Here's a black man being a coach, trying to create a culture. And James Harden chose this year to act a fool. This year, he didn't do it with Mike D'Antoni. He was a good boy when Mike D'Antoni was coaching the team. But once this brother was coaching the team, I'm gonna cause hell. That's what's ruined it. Now people are saying, "Man, I miss Mike D'Antoni." Actually, the Houston offense actually looks more organized. The team the problem is there's no cohesion because there was a lot of drama and it's a COVID year. See, I can see what they could be. So much so, I was like, man, if they hit on free agency, the Houston Rockets, not this year, but next year, could be really good.
That's facts.
This is a move that can benefit the Rockets for a decade if they play this right. I believe Steven Silas, my bad. That's his father, Paul Silas. Steven Silas, I think he's a gem of a coach. I truly believe that. And that's a coaching nightmare to have dysfunction, nobody buying in. And before all the James Harden super fans come to my channel and say, hey, you're wrong and all this. You mean to tell me if James Harden did not do what he did this offseason, if he did not do, so you're saying the record would still be the same? They act like the record. I think the Rockets would have had a better start if everything was organized. And this year, what have I been saying? You cannot have distractions on the COVID year.
Mm-hmm.
Once you have that, it's shit now.
Yep.
That's what's the problem with the Houston Rockets. They must buy into the coach.
I'm sorry, bro.
Oh, it's all good.
No, I just want to say that's what happens. Like, you know, I like to reference all this shit to NBA 2K because a lot of brothers can kind of understand things, how they translate on the court in that spectrum. So it's just like when you have your team, you got your franchise, and it has team chemistry and the percentage points on the bottom right corner, I think it'd be on the game. That's how it really is. You can have all this talent, but if you're not on the same page, you're going to get your ass thumped night after night after night after night. So you got to have your shit right, and the shit got to be tight for you to succeed on a certain level. So now to DJ's excellent point, you got a guy, man, you know, it's a clip out with James Harden moving without the basketball. You know, last time he did that? 2012?
It was on the state.
You know what I'm saying? It ain't quite that far back, but boy, Oklahoma City, last time you seen this dude move without the ball, right? That's the last time you seen that. He does that now. Like James Harden ain't never in no Rockets uniform. You seen him move without the basketball. The ball have been in his hands. ISO, 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 ISO. Step back, fake step back, drive, hard left. That's what we've been seeing for the last 6, 7 years, right? Now, Silas got them boys moving, and James Harden now he a little fat right now. So you know what I'm saying. But if it's almost like they reprogramming him right now. So he getting like his Kobe level at a very slow rate. You know what I mean? And by what I mean by that is when Kobe evolved from being 60-point, 50-point Kobe to like, let me use Paul Gasol off ball and let's win championships. Y'all kind of get where I'm going with this?
Yeah.
So that's what James Harden is trying to do right now. You've been so bastardized off of bad basketball and people telling me so great for so long. And what if I told y'all this? What if I told you I talked to James Harden's father 2 months ago? Would y'all believe me?
Yes, sir.
And it's random. So James Harden's father apparently lives in Hawthorne, California. And James Harden is a junior. I never knew this. And I saw so in my industry, I'm in sales. I saw on the call log, it was James Harden. I was like, in Hawthorne, I was like, what are the chances? So James Harden is a junior. And his dad's personality is real upbeat, real jovial. And I'm going to say this. DJ, can I cuss?
Yeah, as long as you don't say a cuss word we don't think you're gonna say. Yeah, you can cuss.
All right, I'm gonna keep it PG. James Harden singing "No, He Raised the F Boy." Can I say that?
Oh, what? Sure, you could definitely say that.
What?
Yeah, James Harden singing "No, He Raised the F Boy," and it's funny because I talked to him, and I was like, "So is this James Harden?" Like James Harden, he's, "Oh yeah, that's my boy." And he talking about how he been to Houston. I told him I'm from Houston, and we rap for about 10 minutes. James Harden singing "Know What He Raised," and that's what you seeing, bro. And I've been calling this shit out for a long time, and a lot of people just they let it rock because James Harden's so talented. But that shit don't translate to winning the shit he owned. You know what I'm saying? James Harden is a solo act, just like Russell Westbrook, just a better version of that, of a solo act, in my opinion. But like eventually, Tigers gonna have to change their stripes, and as we all know, Tigers generally do not change their stripes. So I'm curious to see, and I like what Coach Silas is doing. I mean, obviously he's from basketball, blue blood. So I don't know. He don't want to be there, so. You know, maybe this shit comes together, maybe it doesn't. I mean, I'm a Lakers fan, so I don't give a damn. I hope they stay sorry forever. You know what I'm saying? But it's just funny to observe, bro.
Bruh, it looked like my guy Boogie Cousins woke up yesterday and chose violence, bro. Boogie was out there laying hands on me. He slapped shit out of Bron.
But so he chose violence.
Yeah, he was like, okay, so y'all chose Dwight over me? Okay, that's what's up. So, yeah, but I mean, yeah, Houston, man, I had a lot of faith, and I want to see Coach Silas do good as well. I had a lot of faith, but DJ, you know that video we did earlier today about Mike Tomlin?
Oh, yeah.
I see it in the Houston Rockets already. Because the last couple games, they're almost unwatchable at moments. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know if it's gonna. For that coach alone, I would like to see James Harden get the hell out of town. Because I've always had a theory about James Harden, as far as the comment that Hoop Jargon so eloquently just stated in PG-13 ways. You know what I'm saying? I've always felt the same about this guy. You know what I mean? And if somebody don't want to be there, let them go so you can build a system that you want. Hopefully they'll give you a couple years to rebuild.
There you go.
You know, I just don't want to see him be a cancer in the locker room because Boogie's already on one right now, bro. You know what I'm saying? like Boogie,
that boy got violence on the mind, man.
Bro, he woke up with violence on his mind. He was thinking about not getting a chance to play with the Lakers, and I feel like he said, "I'm gonna come in and punish y'all boys," like straight up.
Yo, Rev, man,
what's up,
Boogie Cousins came into the game like he old dog but big.
Yeah.
So like, what you say? He said, "What you say?" I didn't say anything. I heard you say something, making up shit in his head.
Yeah, bro. Like the Morris twin pushed him with everything he had, and Boogie didn't move. I was like,
that boy.
They got to get Country Bug up out of here, man. He gonna catch a body, man. He gonna catch a body, man. I got another question for y'all, fellas. Since we just going around, y'all believe in the Clippers?
I do. DJ, you can go ahead and give your opinion first, bro.
You know what I say to that? I don't believe no damn Clippers, man. I don't know what they doing. Paul George, as long as you got him on your team, winning and Paul George are not aligned at all. And I just don't trust Paul George. Kawhi is many things, but besides that, one hiccup he had last year. Kawhi is a really good playoff player.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm not worried about Kawhi. I'm worried about PG. If PG is not on this game, he could really ruin it for the Clippers to be in the Western Conference Finals, likely against the Los Angeles Lakers. And I know those who are listeners are saying, why are you so confident about the Lakers? Brother, did you see their roster? Literally, the only way the Lakers cannot make the Western Conference Finals, Lakers champions.
Lakers.
What that shit say? Champions? Why wouldn't we?
I mean, there's not a team in the West I think that could beat the Lakers. That's just what I believe.
Nope.
That the only way the Lakers could lose is, number one, they get so cocky, they get snuck up on the Clippers, and Paul George just finds a way to go out of his mind. That is the only way. But I don't have confidence in PG at all. Like they said, PG is a fraud, man. He's talented, but he needs to take that next step. Now, I'll say this. The Clippers have the potential to be great. They just got to show it more. Let's say the Clippers upset the Lakers. Would I totally be surprised? No, I'm going to tell you why. That would mean Paul George showed up and he went ballistic. See, what they need to get is unconscious Paul George. You know, when Paul George plays a good team and out of a sudden he got 35, 37, 40 points, he's not worried about anything. He's not stressed out. He's just playing. That's the best version of Paul George. If he could find that type of Paul George in the playoffs, you never know. Also, a surprise team. I know this doesn't look like it. Would it surprise me when, let's say, if the Nets get some cohesion and they're dealing with COVID and other situations, would it surprise me if they could go to the finals and get hot at the right time? No. I think – what's up?
DJ, I dead ass read a report today that Kyrie Irving is off the grid. Like the boy is up there meditating in mountains. You know what I'm saying? Like
what?
Like,
I mean,
no,
Dalai Lama or something?
Nah, G.
Nah.
You're not gonna rewrite history. Phil Jackson did not leave in the middle of the season and go meditate on a mountain. Now,
shit, Dennis Rodman meditated in Vegas.
Dennis Rodman, why? but you still confident in the Nets? Because I think Kyrie Irving is trying to make a social statement, so I respect what he's doing. But are you still confident in this team right now?
I'm hopeful. I see the talent. I'm just hopeful. But if it's what you're saying is true that Kyrie is on something, man, I know Kyrie is a different cat. A spiritual cat.
That's right.
But he does things another way. He does things beyond even most brothers who are aware like us.
That's right.
Man, spiritual my ass, bro. Hakeem Olajuwon was out there fasting doing Ramadan in the finals, busting Patrick Ewing ass, bro. Come on. If I was Kevin Durant, I would be that Kevin Hart meme. Help me. Like, come on, cuz. But what you got to say about the Clippers, bro? My bad.
No, so man, a few things, bro. So I think that this pandemic piece is a little bit overstated because I've seen Paul George do everything he could going against LeBron in the Heat when he played for the Pacers. He gave LeBron everything he could, and we talking about deep playoff runs situations. So I've seen the other side of Paul George too. Now I think Paul George needs to shut the hell up, man. He talks too much right now, and I think it's killing his character. Because then when he has a not so good performance, everybody remembers the talking point and they just snowball on his ass. So I think he needs to just reflex that muscle, just stop talking and let your body of work speak for itself. That's what Paul George needs to do. Because it's making people over critique him when if he just was like normal, people wouldn't even be on his ass like that. So and it's his own fault. So I'm not here to cape for Paul George. So I think the Clippers, man, that's the only team I was worried about last year that could beat us. Now, the bubble changed shit up. For whatever reason, Clippers ain't want to be a part of the bubble. It is what it is. You can say it's Doc Rivers. You can say it's Kawhi. You can say whatever you want to put that on. That team was not committed. Lou Will going to get wings and shit. Montrezl Harrell late to the bubble. I think who that? Like OG Bobby, OG. God damn it, the point guard. What's his name?
You're talking about the
OG
one that
Bobby
look
Johnson looking ass. Pat
the
Beverly.
one that look
Pat
Patrick Beverly.
Bev,
Pat Beverly.
Hoop
OG.
Dreams too.
Deuce. Remember that movie with South Central? The Deuce. He looked
Deuce
like
line.
OG Bobby Johnson, bro. OG
Rep
Bobby didn't want to
yourself,
be
homie.
there. What you say, bro?
I said rep yourself, homie.
Rep yourself. Deuce.
This an OG
Hey,
call.
Oh,
So
man.
you see, so so the Clippers left a lot of doubt after last year, but I think you saw like the maturation why my Lakers won with LeBron understanding what was at stake and keeping the guys intact, and that's what we saw. Now, as it translates to this year, you got a new coach, so obviously there's a new culture you established. So just like, man, I make this reference all the time, man. Miami Heat, when they went to the finals their first year, they started the year off like 9-10 before they got their shit together. You gotta let that shit gel. It has to gel when you got veteran players, when you got championship level talent. You gotta let the shit shake out. So I'm not gonna really look at them seriously till we about 25 games in. So that's a different beast right there. Now to jump to what you're saying about the Nets, Kyrie Irving is a different guy, man. Like, we all know and understand this. He is a very now whether you agree with his his insight or not, he a brother who he's a thinker. He's an explorer. He always wants to learn about why. Like, why is this? Why is that? So you're gonna hear a lot of shit that to y'all is just gonna come off real sideways. Like, for example, everybody says a flat earth thing. I can respect him just thinking different like that, because we only know the world to be how it is if somebody told us. We can't. I saw somebody reference Patrice O'Neal, rest in peace. He was a famous comedian, and that's how Patrice O'Neal was. It's like, all we doing is just parroting shit that we heard from somebody else. Like, we don't know this shit to be so. We don't know how to measure gravity. We don't know none of this shit. So when somebody can just think outside the box, me personally, y'all can think what you want to think. I respect it. Now, but Kyrie Irving has this conflict, I guess, with the social climate of America and his position in on his team, and that could affect the cohesion. But let's remember, the Nets were a playoff team last year with no Kyrie, no KD. So they got the firepower. Now, I understand Spencer Dinwiddie is out now, but even with him being half-assed, that's gonna still be a good fucking team, man. So let's not over evaluate teams that got a championship nucleus. Let me say that. So hopefully they get their stuff together. But it is funny to observe, to you brothers' points.
Kyrie, man, I ain't got a problem with a person thinking out the box. I'm all for it, man. But he just come off as not genuine to me, bro. If you woke, you woke, man. You can't go back to sleep. You can't tell me I don't talk to media pawns and your ass get hit with that right hook fine, and the next day you talking to pawns, bro. Like he just do stuff like, to me, that's just inconsistent of the message that he talks about, and it makes people that are really woke. It makes people that are really woke get the stigma of being disingenuous. So I mean, you in the middle of a season, Durant over here on 1.5 leg, because I don't feel like Durant has his legs under him yet. You know what I'm saying? We're not seeing the dominant Durant yet. I'm not saying we're not going to, but it's going to take him some games to get his legs under him. And to leave it up to your mans to carry that team, bro, and I hate saying stuff like this, but you signed a contract, bro. You know the season going on. Brothers and sisters been getting killed a long time, been getting killed all summer. Bro, ain't nothing changed, man. Come on, man. Like, come on, bro. So, and Hoop Jargon just gained 100 more points with me because he know about Patrice O'Neal.
Yes,
and a lot of brothers ain't really rock with Patrice O'Neal, but Patrice O'Neal was funny as hell. He was funny as hell. But the Clippers, the Dippers, that's what they are. The JV team. I ain't got no fear of the Dippers. They're a worse team than they were last year. The only thing that's gonna really concern me, they got a lot of tradable assets.
Yes, they do.
So if somebody is desperate enough and they want to get rid of a superstar or a star and go into rebuild mode, if the Clippers get one more dynamic piece, the Lakers, it's going to be a series. You know what I'm saying? But it's not just with the Lakers. With the Clippers, man, the reason why I'm watching the Clippers, because something about their DNA is just off. And I don't know if it's the pandemic peak, because I've heard some reports of Paul George having like depression issues and some mental issues, and he's going through a lot since he's come out of the bubble, and players are chirping at him. Like, I don't know if that's the same Paul George that was in Indiana going back and forth with Bron. I haven't seen a lot of evidence of that recently in the playoffs.
That's fair.
He's a guy that keeps, like you said, he keeps vomiting out of the mouth at the wrong time. And that just lets me know it's not a lot of control. They have games that resemble last season. They have mental lapses that resemble last season. The best defensive game I've seen Kawhi play since he was in Toronto, maybe even the Spurs, was yesterday against Zach LaVine. Even though Zach LaVine had 40, it was a lot of crucial plays that Kawhi made down the stretch that really caused them to win that game. But I don't see that as often anymore. Paul George is always in and out of the lineup because of injuries. The Clippers don't have enough depth this year to win those games. That's why when one of those guys are out of the lineup, they look very average. You know what I'm saying? Which makes me feel like when you get to the playoffs, you're going to do what the Nuggets did, which is a collapse zone and a box and one on certain players at certain times. And I'm just not sure that the Clippers have enough pieces in a competitive 7-game series of those two guys. If Paul George does become pandemic P, do they have enough to beat a good team in the West? Really, I think 2 or 3 teams in the West can surprise them in a series. The Lakers are so dominant right now. They got so many ways to score the ball. They got so many guys that can give you 20 that I find it hard seeing anyone that can beat them in a 7-game series, unless, like DJ said, it's a situation where they implode.
Yeah, as it stands right now, you're absolutely right. I mean, I got no complaints. Been avid Laker fans since about 1998. That's just facts. You know, and it's funny, the Clippers. It's funny we juxtapose these two teams. The Clippers are basically the West version of the Nets. A lot of
facts.
It's the same shit.
Facts.
A lot of depth, a lot of championship level talent that you kind of unsure about. They pretty much the same damn team. If you want to be frank about it.
Facts. The only difference is the Nets got KD.
Yeah, but you can say Kawhi. I mean, depending on who you're talking to.
Nah, hell no.
I like KD now. Don't get me wrong.
Hell no.
Don't get me wrong. I'm a KD. KD is my favorite player. But Kawhi has a championship in the last 2 years. That's just facts.
That sound good. It sound
real good.
It sound good. But look, if Bron them got a Mickey Mouse championship, then Kawhi got the damn handicap championship. So that you know, if people put asterisks on things, I don't do that. I say a champion's a champion, but I just don't. Man, KD is a different monster, man. Like,
I agree.
Kawhi doesn't.
I agree.
Yeah, he rarely has moments where he just looks offensively dominant to the point you like, yo, he can win a complete series against a healthy Lakers team by himself. I don't see that. And my problem with the Clippers is they got rid of Jermichael Green, who was a dog for them last year coming off the bench. They got rid of what's my boy that played for
Montrez?
Yeah, remind me of Donkey Kong, Montrez. You know what I'm saying? Like, they got a lot of guys because Montrez got those arms, bro. Like, he's one of those guys that I'm talking about. If Bron is having if he having a slow night, it don't take a lot for him to score. And now the Clippers, their bench is not like that. You know what I mean? Nicholas Batum has hit a lot of clutch shots early, but the production from Ibaka isn't there like it was for Trez. You don't have Jermichael Green. Luke Kennard has been underwhelming. I think this team is going to make a move before the trade deadline. It's going to shock a lot of people.
Possibly. I'm just saying I'm not equating KD to Kawhi. I'm just saying Kawhi is a championship level athlete. That's just facts, bro.
Somebody said Westbrook to the Clippers.
To do what? Why would they do that? And be the Rockets?
Hey, man, you saying Russ can't get one with the Clippers, bro?
Shit, he can go to the barbershop and get the Clippers.
Dog, man, you on one, man. You on fuck, bruh. Man, maybe it's because I started the show early that the energy is right, man. It's a positive show so far. I'm gonna say this about Kyrie. The only thing I'm worried about if he comes out here like the Dalai Lama or something, grow his hair out and just weird it up. He'll be like, don't call me Kyrie Irving no more. Call me Hummingbird. Once he starts doing that shit, man, the next season is done. I hope that's not the case. Shit, I don't want him coming around here like he Barefoot Jones up in here.
You remember that Martin episode?
Hair.
The Martin
episode.
That's funny as hell. That's a good analogy.
Man, I wouldn't be surprised if Kyrie's in the mountains somewhere, man. Saged out. Man, brother, saged out right now. Kyrie be like, am I in heaven? And his teacher would be like, no, you're at our temple, my brother. That boy on one, man. He got candles lit everywhere.
Living like a bad bee.
Man, and Steve Nash texting him saying, Kyrie, when you coming back? He's going to tell Steve Nash, white man, do not speak to my energy like this. Or some shit like that.
Yo,
Stay in your lane.
Yo,
you will know when it's time when the Kyrie returns.
Bro, the report was so crazy. The report was like, Kyrie pulled up and told the teammates, like, yo, I ain't coming through. And Steve Nash was game planning and didn't even know the boy wasn't playing. Like, come on.
Hey, I'm a Kyrie fan. I can't defend this shit no more, man. I can't.
I mean, could you imagine if you was the coach, bro? That's something off
I can't
defend it, bro. Real, bro. Yeah. So we're gonna run the first play. We're gonna run is the pick and pop with KD and Kyrie. Coach. Yeah. Kyrie said he ain't even gonna make it.
I can't defend it. I got nothing, man.
Steve Nash is like, Kyrie, when you coming back? You'll know when the time is right. Worry about white problems. Stay out of ours. And then he's going to tell Steve Nash, all love to you, man. After saying all that to him. So you're coming back this week? You'll know in time, my son. Worry about your life, and I'll pray for you. That's Kyrie Irving right there.
Hit him with some Mr. Miyagi shit. Like, Steve Nash ain't going to be ready for you. Oh, man. Hey, man, I ain't gonna let y'all be on my boy like this too long, man. I like Kyrie, man. That boy, he out of there, man. I can't.
And what's so bad about it? Kyrie is so cold, bro. Like, he is so cold. He's a hell of a talent, bro. Yes, and maybe he's just one of them savants. You know what I'm saying? Cat that be like drawing on the wall and shit. But like when he played the piano, he sound like Beethoven. Like this cat, like. That's my fear with the Nets, man. The Nets are not getting out of the gate strong. I don't know if KD is truly healthy. You know what I'm saying? Like, I got to see him through a long stretch of the season. So, yeah, man, DJ, I don't know about the Nets, man. Who you see coming out of the East? If not the Nets, DJ?
Oh, I know I'm a Laker fan. I ain't supposed to say this, but the Boston Celtics. Those little leprechauns may just make it. Yeah, they may not need a four-leaf clover to make it.
Y'all got my boy messed up. Y'all got my boy messed up, man.
Yo, Cam Gideon said, what's y'all's thoughts on LaMelo?
He's damn good. That's what I thought.
Shit. What you want? Shit.
He's Escarab.
Shit. What you mean?
Hey, y'all boys cracking up tonight, man.
Hey, Rev, say that again.
That boy EBT TV be like, he's Escarab. Let's go out.
I can't breathe.
Y'all go. Y'all go.
Hey, yo, I gotta say this real quick, bro. Man, y'all didn't tell me that boy Streams be like a trip to the health department, boy. That boy Streams be real life ratchet, bro. Like,
Boy.
it be real life ratchet.
Blood pressure be up when you're on EBT TVs, and that's not his real name. Y'all know who he is.
EBT TV.
AKA fake Arian Spears looking motherfucker.
Oh shit.
But his streams be so long. Like, I can't do a freaking 8-hour stream, man. I'll be in bad health right now if I do that, man.
Yeah, man's be in front of that computer a long time. It's like he was on there talking about Lonzo. Man, that man was on there for like 3 hours, man. I'm like, damn. You got a love thing. What's going on?
Man, it's my thing, bro. I'm gonna leave it like this. I'm not here to slander that brother, but when somebody got, let me say this: in this YouTube game, all these people are not normal, man. That's just, man. Y'all gonna see this shit, and all of us don't fuck with each other like that. Because it's like, man, when you grow up a certain way, it's like, all right, something wrong with this dude, man. Like that's Ticket. See, I don't even want to say his name. That dude he's his own person. I told DJ this story so many times. I got blocked for asking you, Alonzo had X this game. How you call him a scrub? He's like, you can't. She said some fly ass shit, and he banned me from his channel because I questioned him. And I didn't even disrespect. I didn't say no cuss word.
He be banging on the webcams.
Bro, I'm just like, dude, man. I mean, I get here a big dude. I'm a big dude too. I'm 6'7", 240. I'm not worried about that shit. Like, that shit don't move me. You know what I'm saying? This is like, bro, if you're gonna present yourself to be a former player like myself, how are you saying somebody a scrub when they playing well? Like, what's your logic? You know what I'm saying? So I don't know, bro. Like, I can't. He ain't my cup of tea, man. Let me just say it that way.
Yeah, EBT TV be like this. Yeah. Lonzo a scrub. He out the league. Now, he said this 2 years ago, and Lonzo's still playing.
Yeah.
So I don't know, man. Even if I dislike someone, I can't be in no live stream for 5 to 8 hours in a day, man. I got things to do, man. I mean,
nah, DJ. What's really confusing about it, man? I'm sorry, bro. We all on the internet, so everyone is fair game, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, so, buddy, if you come across this video, man, do yourself a favor. Just look at yourself and say we ain't telling the truth. But look, man, this is the thing, bro. Like, the thing that's so startling, when I came to DJ's channel's respectful. Brothers be disagreeing. Ain't nobody cursing nobody out. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's smooth. When I go to Sun channel and, like, he invites the callers in, bro, like the level of disrespect, like they real life be disrespectful. They be like, yo, suck my James Harden's the best. I'm like, God. I'm like, damn, Kai, you about to kill Cuz over James Harden? Come on.
bro, he like LaMelo Ball now. Damn, I wonder what changed, man. That he like those good views he's getting about LaMelo Ball. I guess that's the reason.
Bingo. He
went from, LaMelo Ball, he may not even make the NBA. His father ruined his future. LeVar is an evil man. See, this is the Bamas you support. It's LeVar Ball, because he's a horrible father.
Mm-hmm.
Now he's saying, boy, LaMelo Ball is gonna be a star, man. I'm serious, man.
He uses it as a way to, like, really shit on Lonzo, though. It'll be
I caught that.
it'll be a video titled about LaMelo, and the whole video he's talking about Lonzo. You know, he got that thing. He's a strap. Get that sucker out of the league. You know what I'm saying? It's like he has a personal vendetta against those guys because of whatever happened to him. You know what I'm saying? And it's sad. It's sad to see. I spent too much time on the guy. You know what I'm saying? Like Hoop Jargon said, I don't want to tear the brother down. It's just my favorite comedy show to watch, and I just like talking about the comedy that I like to watch. And he's
you know what, Rev? We don't hate EBT TV. We just realize that he probably got daddy issues and he doesn't like loud black dudes. So it's okay, man. One day he'll love his father if he even know who his pops is. But one day he'll gain that type of clarity. But it's no hard feelings. I hope that he finds peace. You know, that's how mama's boys are. You know, they hate anything pretty much positive about fellow brothers. So that's what you see, man.
Shout out to the chat, man. It sound roasted like Crimes to Judah 144, man. It's definitely one of my favorite channels on Facebook. I'm sorry, my Instagram, YouTube. Yeah, man. I mean, listen, man. I'm from the old school. I'm from the line of the school of thought that you let a clown be a clown, man. And it is you ain't gotta say nothing, man. The shit gonna reveal itself to be what it is. You know what I'm saying? So I don't. DJ like to go in on this dude. I laid out. I told you my story. I got blocked for saying a normal comment. So I know you're a clown. So it is what it is. After that point,
bruh. And for those of y'all that are mad because we're not talking about LaMelo, bruh, the Charlotte Hornets won 170,000 to 17, bruh. We done talked about the game, bruh. we done talked about Melo. I mean, you know what I'm saying? We're not trying to not stick at the topic, but it's only so long you can talk about a massacre, man. Me, myself, I'm enjoying and loving the content, man. These brothers, man, brothers got the best content on YouTube. And like I said, I don't watch ESPN anymore. I don't watch Fox Sports. Like, I'm getting everything I need here, man. So y'all like the video, man. Share the video, subscribe.
That's fact.
No doubt, man. And about to wrap this thing up. I see everybody is enjoying the conversation. Desmond Jones says DJ fouled for that one. He said one day he'll love his father if he knows his father.
That's
yeah, that was a little bit that's a little street of me coming out, man. But it's fair game. He says some stuff about me, I'll say some stuff right back. That's what it is. Nothing personal, just business. Like Tupac would say, strictly business. Strictly business.
Man's up here sounding like Suge Knight and Nino Brown.
Yeah, Lee, man. Teflon Don over here.
Hey, man, what can I say, man? All I'm saying is this YouTube thing, this for everybody. I was talking to Rev Hoop Jargon earlier. I was like, man, some of these people that hate on my channel, they got good channels. They don't realize that we all can eat. It's not like if one of the same subs follow my channel, the other person's not going to look at their channel. It's the dumbest thing. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I'm glad that new media is arising. I'm glad it's being taken seriously each day. The subs seem to love it. So let's keep this thing moving. And I'm sorry we didn't talk about the Hornets for 3 hours. My deepest apologies. I'm sorry we couldn't make up any more material after a beatdown.
Hey, anytime you can get Patrice O'Neal, Chronicles of Judah 144, and Flat Earth in a 30-minute segment, man, you did a good job, man, in my opinion, man.
Facts.
Thanks, bro. And prayers out to Kyrie, man. I hope he doesn't come back like his name is Hummingbird or some shit like that. Man. I don't want to be the guy. Just play basketball, Kyrie, man. You ain't got it.
Boy gonna be meta peace world or some shit. He gonna be,
Man, he's gonna be Metal World Peace times 10 without the money.
Oh, that's funny, man. Hey, can I say this? Hey,
Yeah.
and I like the fact that y'all kind of getting. I'm talking to the subs. I like y'all kind of getting used to my slow burn shit, and at first y'all be on my ass, which I don't mind. I never get sensitive about that because I know the truth don't care who tell it, man. And it's like medicine. It don't taste good, but you know what I'm saying. It is what it is once you kind of understand where I'm coming from. So give me a sub, man. Like I'm at almost 600 subscribers. I can monetize my page at 1,000. So Hoop Jargon on YouTube. I'm on all the stuff. I only care about that. I'm actually monetized on Facebook, but I want to get my shit monetized on YouTube, man. So if y'all feeling what I gotta say, you know, I appreciate DJ always to give me the opportunity. I appreciate Rev. Always easy to talk to Rev. So, you know, if y'all like what I say, man, y'all give me a sub. That'd be awesome, man.
Yeah, help the brother out so he can get monetized. I want to see Hoop Jargon make videos every day. If he does, he gonna be cutting up.
Yeah, you know that.
Legendary.
Yeah, man, the show legendary, man. Shout out to Rev, Hoop Jargon. Subscribe to his channel, The Brothers, man. We building this thing every day, one video at a time, one truth at a time.
New
All
media.
praise to the Most High.